And welcome. We got the
Hi.
show here on the Daddykirbs farm porch because, believe it or not, the lighting's not great. But that's not what you're not supposed. I said that sentence all wrong. I said believe it or not, and then I changed my mind. Believe it or not, um, it was kind of raining this morning. It was sprinkling, spitting. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't giving us any serious water, but we thought maybe it would get just enough wet outside that we wouldn't want to sit in it. So Kate and I are sitting in undercover on the Daddy Curbs farmhouse porch, and yeah, we're ready to get this show started. So let's see here. Let me see if I can get situated. Maybe we'll do it like this. Kate's gonna be busy doing. I might have to scoot over. There. There we go. That's a little better.
I can always lean in.
That's right. In those dramatic moments, you can lean in. All right, let's see here. I got my microphone in. We are all set and ready to go. It's good to see you. You are watching the Daddy Curbs live show. This happens every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. You also may be watching this in replay. If that's the case, thank you for taking the time to watch this show. Catch up on what is going on here in the Daddy Curbs community. We love sharing our stories. Here on the Daddy Curbs farm, we believe that everyone has a story and every story counts. So I'm glad that you are here to share your story in the chat. And I am so happy that you are here with me this morning or here with me for this show to let me be a part of your story. All right. I'm not sure. How many times have I started the show with, I'm not sure what we're talking about today?
Quite a lot lately.
A few times. A few times. It's good to see the chat already happening. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Kate is working on keeping up with the chat. She's a moderator. She sits with me on Saturday mornings, if you don't know. And she works on moderation, and sometimes we keep her busy with contests and other things that we need, somebody to maintain a spreadsheet or whatever. But so she's here to take care of that business, and
Woodtree's here.
Oh, we tree bonds. I made it in. Good to see you. Thank you so much, my moderators, all who are here this morning, and those who aren't and might be watching it later. Thank you so much for giving your time to help keep this channel and this show family friendly and exciting for everyone, because it truly is you guys that help keep this show going. So this morning, the title, I didn't know exactly what to title this, but I thought that I would tell you some stories about our adventures with raccoons and snakes and mites and other things that are going on here on the farm. So I'll lead with that story right after I take a drink of my tea. Wishing it was coffee. All right, so a story about the tea this morning. I was all set up. I put the kettle on, and I filled it up with water, put it on the stove, came out here and got busy with animals and setting up the show and all that, and went in to make my tea and realized that I had never turned the stove top on. So my tea wasn't ready, my water wasn't ready. But we had plenty of time, so I did get it done. All right. Tim made it in. So I noticed that, see, we got 27 people in the show. That's fantastic. And so Tim, I wanted to tell you, thank you so much for sending the gift of those little red cups to Luke. He has used them and used them and used them. And we, last night, were down to our very last cup. And he was asking for his baby red cup. So we had to find the last one that was still usable and get him set up in front of the TV. He likes to eat.
Take a drink and slow down.
Let me slow down. Hold on. He likes to eat his salmon patties and then his ice cream in front of the television at nighttime using, one of those little tables you set up in front of the couch. And he likes to use his baby red cups. For those of you who don't know, if you're here new, Luke is my special needs son and really the star of the show. Everyone loves to see Luke come into the show, and I love to have him in the show. He's shirtless right now, so he's not going to come around. He's on the other side of the camera. He's waiting for his massage therapy to come in this morning. All right. Lots of beautiful chat going on. I have 5 stickers. Later in the show, you'll see. Wait, is that 5? That's 6 stickers. I have 6 stickers.
1, 2, 3.
3, 4. They, my math skills are not the strongest. But I have 6 stickers, and later on in the show, you'll see what's going to happen with these. It's exciting. Well, for me it is. All right. So the stories about the raccoons and the snakes and the mites. How did you guys like the snake video? That was one of those things that we weren't planning on shooting a video. We were out taking care of our chores, and one of the things I really like about my cell phone is that the camera and video is very good. So in the spur of a moment, just in the event of something really cool happening, we can pull that out and capture a video. So that's what happened this time. We were out taking care of chores, and I can't remember which one, whether it was Mama Kirbs or my daughter that said, "Hey, come take a look in the red tractor," which is what we call that little chicken coop. We call it the red tractor. And I was like, okay, what's going on? I thought maybe that, sometimes we have a chicken die, and nobody likes to throw those, dispose of the chicken bodies, so they call me over and take care of that. So that's what I thought was going on. And I opened up, and sure enough, you saw the video. It was
Really cool.
It was really cool, but it's unwanted. Those snakes, I think they're beautiful. I like seeing them, but I don't like it that they are eating our chicken eggs, especially the ones that particular snake ate were incubating. They were baby. They had some progress made already, so we were going to have some baby silkies, and those are that particular coop. We call that a breeder coop because it's 3 hens and a rooster that are of better body type and all that. So those are the ones we like to breed, and yeah, well, those are gone. So we'll start over again later. But it made a cool video. Uh-oh.
Kelly Garden says his wife says no snakes allowed.
No snakes.
Okay. As usual,
Mm-hmm.
Xavier is first. He wants to know about the bees and yes, for something. The bees and the fish, yes.
All right, Xavier, let's take care of the fish. This is a real easy update. They're still swimming. Like Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. That's what they do. The tank looks great, and the fish are still swimming around. They look fantastic. So, and I don't know if I ever said, but those 2 clownfish in that tank are, well, they're getting very, I don't know how old they live, how potentially old they can live, but those 2 fish are, gosh, I want to say they're at least 10 years old, because we've had them for probably 6 or 7 years, and the people before us had them for a while. We got them from somebody who was getting rid of their saltwater tank, and they needed homes for their fish, so we got the clownfish. And yeah, they are a mated pair that have had baby. Well, I can't keep my thoughts together this morning. Hold on a second.
Slow down.
I don't know why that happens to me. My brain either goes too fast or too slow. I think this morning it's too slow.
Tim Turner says he lives in Nemo.
He lives in Nemo?
Mm-hmm. That's what he says. I live in Nemo, Blake. You have fish.
I did not know you lived in Nemo. Maybe I did know that, but I forget. Sometimes I forget. Which type of food do you feed them? I don't know. It's one of the... We just go to the pet store and buy a saltwater food. It's little pellets. So let's answer the bee question. And so this time it's also a short update because since last week, I'm a little embarrassed to say I haven't checked.
Uh-oh.
They should be fine. But, well, the flies are getting me. The bee should be fine, but actually since last week I have not checked. Blake needs chocolate-covered coffee beans that would kick him into gear. Yeah, except Blake doesn't like chocolate. There's a little fact that you might not have known. I cannot stand chocolate. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like chocolate. So maybe some, I don't know, some caramel covered. I don't really eat sweets, but if I were going to have a covered coffee bean, it would probably be something like caramel, like salted caramel. Oh my gosh. That's good.
Another one that's really good is the white coating.
Like a yogurt coating?
Like a yogurt
Those
coating.
are good, yeah.
And that is good too. We've had How is Luke?
How is Luke? That is a great question. Hey Luke, do you want to put a shirt on and come tell everybody how you are? I'm not sure what...
Tim Turner does not like chocolate either.
Tim! We're brothers. No, go get a shirt on, bud. This is a family-friendly show. You don't want to? Do you want to get a shirt on and come talk to people? Kate, you want to keep him busy while I go help Luke get a shirt on?
Okay. Okay, I can do that. I'm not sure what we'll talk about, but that's fine. We've got a lot of Texans here today. That's kind of amazing to know. Oh, before I forget, anyone that's interested in the seed swap boxes that we're going to be sending out, I mentioned in the chat earlier, I need to say again, I need your snail mail address and your real name as well as your online name so that I can keep things straight. And we're going to try and start getting things going on that, hopefully today. So my email address, I'll put it in the chat. It's katedancing@gmail.com, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I do need you to send that to me so we can get it going the right way. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. The Kate Show. No, not yet. However, I am getting a little further along on that. I've shot my first video, but my husband has not got it edited yet, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm doing a lot of canning this week, so hopefully there'll be some more videos, and I'm going to try and do on Steam It, so that'll give y'all something to look at there. I may also put a few on the family page just so you can see what I've got going. I've got a lot of things going on, so let's see. Oh, thank you, Weetree. I appreciate you putting my address up there. Let's see. Why, thank you, Phyllis. Phyllis says I'm the show to her. I appreciate that. I really do. One day I'll get the gumption and the guts and really do my own show, but not yet. I still have to get used to the idea that I'm in front of the camera, not behind the camera. Behind is where I generally spend my time, so it takes a little bit. Ruth wants to know what I'm canning. This week I canned 15 pounds of chicken. I canned 9 pints of chicken bone broth and 4 pints of chicken with stock so that I can make soup. I did 10 pounds of potatoes. I did carrots. I have things in the dehydrator too. I did several different kinds of citrus fruits in the dehydrator. So things have just been going crazy at my house. Let's see. Well, actually, yes, I did get one more sting, but not what we thought. I was out checking on the bees with my friend who has his beehive at my house, and I got stung by one of the bees, but it was my own fault, so I can't complain. Oh, look, Luke's here. Hi, Luke. Yay.
One
now y'all
minute.
can talk to Blake.
All right. Thanks, Kate, for filling in. I'll have to check later to see all that great information that you just shared, because I overheard some of it. All right, Luke is here, and one of the things you can tell right away. How is Luke? Luke needs a haircut. He's got a very impressive mop fro going on. Is that a mop fro or a fro mop? Or a frop?
It's beautiful curly hair.
A frope. It is really nice hair. He gets his hair from his daddy.
Blue Tree says, hi, Luke.
You want to tell everybody howdy?
And Ruth says she loves your hair.
Everybody loves Luke's hair. It's kind of hard to resist rubbing your fingers through his hair.
And I'm being very good. I'm not doing it.
Can you tell everybody howdy? Just lift your hand up like this
Just
and
wave
say,
at him.
hello. That was a virtual handshake. So Luke, how is Luke doing? He's been maintaining his weight really well. He's up to 116 pounds, which is really good for him, and he's maintained that for the last 3 days. So other than that, we're just doing our best to provide for him, you know, the therapies and the daily routine and the nutrients and the calories and everything that Luke needs. But he's doing really well. He's a little bit off this morning, a little bit shy maybe. Maybe it's the camera, or maybe it's that he was waiting for his therapist to show up. Wink, wink. She's standing right behind the camera. All right. Go have a good time, bud.
I wish I was getting one too.
Yeah. Go ahead. We're kind of caught up in the corner here. Go ahead. Go inside with Jennifer. Your hair looks good, Luke. All right. Back to our regularly scheduled show. You want to come in the show?
I was gonna cut bass, take care of horses.
All right. All right. We won't hold the camera on you while you cut bass and take care of horses.
By the way, I liked your snake video. That was really
Thank you.
That was really neat. It's so nice to find another female who's not afraid of snakes.
They're cute though.
I think they are too.
And I love the way they feel when you hold them.
I used to wear a boa constrictor around my neck.
Ooh.
Yeah, really cool snake. Her name was Daisy, and she was 8 feet long. And she'd wrap around, and I had real long hair, and she'd wrap around my neck a couple of times and look out from underneath my hair. It really would freak people out when they saw it. But she was a cool snake.
We wanted
Nice.
a ball python for a little while.
Was it a red tail or what kind of boa?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't know that much about them then. I just knew I liked her.
Just a big snake, yeah. Yeah, the ball pythons are much smaller, but
Oh, we got a
squirrel.
Squirrel.
It's a French fry squirrel. Who was
Yeah,
that? Oh, Trish.
Trisha.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you very much for being a friend and supporter of the Daddykirbs farm. You have been wonderful. I don't know how long we've known each other, but it has been a good journey, and I appreciate you very much. All right. All right. I feel like when I sit on this, normally, see, Kate normally sits on the right, and I'm on the left, so my microphone doesn't get in the way because I have the camera turned the other way. And this time I'm hiding behind the microphone. That's why I keep going like this.
Yeah, normally it's me that can't see.
Yeah.
Which works fine because I don't need to see. I've got my screen.
She's got the computer screen.
Over there.
All right. Don't mean to make you dizzy this morning, moving the camera around so much. All right, so what was...
Oh, how cool.
What's going on?
Tim Turner used to have a 10-foot that would ride on his motorcycle with him, a 10-foot
Are you kidding me?
boa.
All these crazy people in the
That's
Daddykirbs
cool.
family.
That's
There's
cool.
a lot of really cool stories. I wish we had time to sit around and talk about more of some of the, like campfire stories. That would be really cool. Maybe someday we'll have a little camp out, and we'll be able to do that.
Green Shell wants to know if Luke will eat fruit smoothies.
Luke does not really care for smoothies that much. We've tried that, and if we are researching right now about how to make smoothies that we can put into the feeding tube. That way, we can give him all of those calories and nutrients through the tube that he won't take through his mouth, because we don't want to depend on the formula for everything all the time. So we are researching. I keep wanting to say we're experimenting. We're not experimenting yet. We are researching doing some of those things through the tube. We just have to figure out, what blends are okay and what consistencies are okay, because so far we have depended mostly on the formula for his calories. He does eat by mouth. The two things that he eats by mouth almost every day, probably every day, are the salmon patties that I make for him, and then also his green ice cream. The other day, for the first time in a few months, he did eat French fries again, and he acted like he enjoyed those. There for a couple months, while he was kind of getting over being sick and all that, he just didn't want French fries at all. I got distracted because I saw Susan B. asked, do I still have the pig? Yes, we still have Sally Pig. It's she's turning into a pet. I still would like to see if maybe we can find her a home, because we do not need all these animals. Somebody asked me, was it in the family group or on a comment on YouTube? Somebody asked me, what do you do with all of the animals if they're not giving something to you? Meaning, either eggs or meat or something. My brain's crazy. I can't remember where that comment came from. Somebody, I think maybe it was in the family group or on my Facebook page. Well, the answer to that is just we don't know. A lot of the ducks happened because they're cute, and my wife and daughter wanted them. Mostly my daughter wanted them, so now we have ducks, a lot of ducks. And
I will too one day.
So maybe when we get rid of ours. The
goats.
The goats, they cleared an area for us, so they were really good for a while at doing that. But now that their area is clear, all they give us is manure, which is fine because I do add that to the compost pile. The chickens, they make a big mess all over. They eat my tomatoes in my garden. We can't leave anything styrofoam sitting in the yard because they will tear it up. I don't even know what it is about styrofoam that the chickens like or dislike. I can't tell if the chickens love it or hate it, but they tear it up. So we have to keep all styrofoam out of the yard. Of course, we typically do that anyway, but occasionally we've forgotten and left a styrofoam cooler in the yard. For example, did I show the... I had a cooler set up with... I made a little... Actually, my son made a sun oven, and we were melting beeswax in the sun oven, and that was a styrofoam cooler, the base was, and we left it out for a while, and the chickens just tore it up.
What about the tortoises?
The tortoises, believe it or not, the tortoises do not like this extreme heat. You would think that they would, but they don't. Tortoises are amazingly like people in a lot of ways. Their lifespan is similar to people. Their maturity, the age of maturity is similar to people. Their temperature range that they enjoy is similar to people. So when it's crazy hot out here and we're all complaining, so are they. If I come out with the hose to water plants, they come up because they want watered too. They want a bath, they want a shower, and we're happy to do that for them. We try to keep water out there for them at least several times a week. We put them in a pool so that they can soak, because tortoises will soak moisture in through their skin, and we do that for them. So yeah, they stay in the shade most of the time right now, but they're doing fine.
We've had Xavier ask about the horses. How are the horses doing?
The horses, they're getting fed right now, but they are also enjoying the shade. Everything loves the shade right now here in Texas because it's really hot. And but the horses, they're doing great. They are serving our family really well as far as rides, friendship, just companion, going out, walking, enjoying that time with a very sweet large animal. Also, my daughter is working with a few of her friends and teaching them how to ride, so that's really cool. And yeah, the horses are doing fantastic. Was it in the snake video? No, it wasn't the snake video. Which one did I feed them a carrot? Did I feed them a carrot in the video?
I haven't seen one if you did.
See, I can't remember if I did that in a video that I haven't shown yet. No, it was in the gardening video. Yeah, I fed them a little piece of a carrot. But they love the carrots. I need to do a video about harvesting the green stalk. The green stalk garden, by the way. Let me do a little plug. Let me show you. I'm wearing my shirt again. This is green stalk garden.
Down just a little.
I'll do a little dance.
There, down.
And
There we go.
green stalk garden is a really well-designed vertical growing system. You've seen it in my garden, several videos, but they are, something good is going on. They are a great company to work with, and they have allowed me to be an affiliate, which means that if you go on using my link, and We Tree Bonsai typically will put my link up there, click on that link. That will give me a little bit. If you choose to purchase, that'll give me a little bit. And then if you use the coupon code Daddykirbs, D-A-D-D-Y-K-R, now I've spelled my name wrong, D-A-D-D-Y-K-I-R-B-S, that's your coupon code. You can get up to $10 off the green stalk by shopping with my link and using the coupon code. So, thank you to Greenstock if you're watching, anyone in the Greenstock family. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your family and working with your company and your great product. Sometimes they watch my videos. I'm going to try to catch up here. Green Shell says, no meat processing. Well, there's an interesting story about that here on the farm right now. I'll tell you, some of you already know some of this, but... So we have butchered here on the farm before. We've butchered mostly chickens, but we've also went hunting and got some deer and different things like that. So we've done that. We have used some of the livestock and wild game for our dinner table. Well, years and years and years ago, when I got married, I was a vegetarian. I had been for a long time, 5+ years. And I got married and joined the Army, and that cured me of vegetarianism for a while. And now I have a 15-year-old daughter who wants to be a vegetarian. She made that decision, and I am supporting her by sharing that journey with her. So we have, and my wife has been nearly a vegetarian for a long time. She just doesn't eat much meat. So we're not butchering animals right now because we're not going to eat any animals. And that's fine with me because I really don't enjoy the butchering process. I can do it if I have to.
Me too.
I choose not to right now.
It's just messy, that's all.
It's messy, it's smelly.
It is that.
It's just something that...
but it's necessary. If you're going to eat meat, you really ought to know how to do it.
Absolutely, yes. I believe everyone that chooses to eat meat should be exposed to how that meat goes from animal to table. Right. I just think that that's important. But that's a whole different subject that can really go off on tangents if we choose to. But we're not going to do that. It's just right now in the Daddykirbs family, we are choosing not to eat any meat, so we're not using any animals for that purpose. Oh, it was Stacy that asked that. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, I knew it was somebody in the family. I couldn't remember if it was in the family group or on the Facebook. But yeah, we just are, right now we are overwhelmed with chickens and ducks. And, and yeah, they're, the little ducks even don't give us eggs. They only give eggs for about 3 months in the springtime. So for 9 months out of the year, they're freeloaders. All they do is eat our food. All right, let me try to catch up. How does a tortoise complain? Well, they do groan. They come up, they scratch on the edge of their enclosure. You can hear the and then they go mmm. So that's a tortoise complaint or mating call. I'm not sure which one. The tortoises do dig into the soil sometimes. Yes. Our tortoises have never dug in so far that they, dig a burrow, but they do dig a little bit. I think it's just to expose the cooler soil, and they lay in that.
Noah's Ark 1962 says, do they move? Because you did that mooing sound a second
ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess they do moo. I've never been great at impersonations, and that goes for animal sounds too. So yeah, whatever the tortoise groan moan is, it's probably not what I just made, but yeah. Yes, win a greenstock garden coming soon. I got to get everything in order. I got to make that video, and I got to make that happen. We also have to give away that shovel. We have the shovel giveaway and the greenstock garden giveaway coming up. And I'm going to chat with the people at Simply Clean Foods about doing a giveaway of some of their products as well. And speaking of that, I have a note right in front of me. Hey, sweetie. Everything okay? All right, do they still have the cats? They're going to have them all day. Right, okay. We have some cats getting snipped today. So, Simply Clean Foods, is this, can you read this or is it backwards?
It's backwards.
Backwards. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're not going to be able to read it.
Simply Clean Foods, you'll have to put this in a mirror. They will give you, if you go to simplycleanfoods.net and shop for any of their foods, that's the company that provided us with the strawberries that Kate and Drake and I ate in the show while Drake was here live with us.
And I just put it up for them.
Oh, great. So it's in the chat. And you can shop for any of their foods. They have different dried foods, the strawberries, bananas. I don't know what all they have. But they also have large boxes of varieties. You can get 10% off by using the coupon code Daddykirbs. So pretty much anywhere you shop, just try Daddykirbs in the coupon code. See if it works. Probably not, but in 2 places I know it works, Greenstock and Simply Clean Foods. So I will be doing a little more promotion of their product lately, soon, not lately. That's past, coming up. They are also, if you put in the coupon code Daddykirbs, they will recognize that as an affiliate sale, and you will get 10% off, and I will get 10% of the sale as well. So that's helping the Daddykirbs farm and stocking your cupboards with some really tasty dried foods. All right, trying to catch up. I haven't read much of the Wheatree says, don't go there, Blake. PETA will come at you. Yeah, probably just mentioning that we have birds on the farm, PETA will come at me. They probably don't like my channel. That's okay.
Would they like me knowing I keep birds and raise them?
Probably not.
Oh, well.
I'm not too fond of their website either, so we're even.
Yeah.
All right. Scrolling. Keep that chat a-scrolling. There's the little bit of singing you get from Daddykirbs. The stickers are blowing away. 35 minutes? Have we already done 35 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a show. See, when we're having fun, it just goes by so fast.
Green Shell's going to be doing something fun. He's trying to find a place to have a homestead, and he says he lives in the city and it's killing him, so he's decided to go gypsy till he finds a place. He's going to get a small RV and be boondocking it, or find an independent RV space.
I think that's exciting.
I do too. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I didn't have a family and the responsibilities, the special needs and all that, I could totally live in either a tiny home or an RV or something like that, and find some state parks, enjoy nature. Now, in this case, because of my life right here, I love pouring my heart and soul into this piece of property and watching it develop over time. But there's a little piece of me that would really like to just go gypsy, like you just said, and hang out in state parks or wherever, find a place on the beach. I can't be on the beach for very long, though, because all that sand kind of gets to me.
Okay, two things.
Mm-hmm.
Liv wants to know if and we need to do this. We've got people asking about them.
Yep. I was saving that. But now that we're 36 minutes and 29 seconds in, I think we can get started on that. Now, will Clean Foods send to Europe? I don't know that. I will have to get with them and find out what the limits of their shipping is. And then, or you can just go to simplycleanfoods.net and shop and check out, put your address in and see what happens. Excuse me. But I do have an email thread going on, a communication conversation with the guy that's in this company. So I will ask him that question. Oh, I saw a question there. Wheat Tree Bonsai says, shout out to Kilter Gardner and wife. He's having giving us the first Daddykirbs baby.
Yeah.
The first Daddykirbs baby. Am I going to be an uncle or a grandpa? Let's call it uncle, because I'm already a grandpa and it makes me feel old.
But if it's a little girl, you'll have to be an aunt.
Okay. You had me for a second. Like, wait a minute, that's not how it works. My grandson is now 4. He's going to turn 5 here in a couple months, and he's telling his little sister that Pappy, they call me Pappy, he says to his sister, Pappy is your grandpa, because it took him a while to understand why I'm Pappy and what a Pappy is compared to a grandpa. It's the same thing, it's just a name. He figured that out. So now he's making sure his baby sister is getting that information up front. So, yes, Pappy is grandpa.
By the way, Tim Turner says people ask him how the chickens are, and he says, good, $3.50 for 2 hours. That's too long for mine. I like it about 40 to 50 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so one more story before we get in. I do have a box of seeds. Kate and I this morning are going to put the family box together because, believe it or not, I didn't pay one lick of attention to seeds all week. I know we have boxes to put together. And, hey, Kilted Gardener, Robert, Uncle Kirbs sounds great. So you can raise your baby knowing that there's an Uncle Kirbs out here that loves your baby, boy or girl, either one, very much. So I would be thrilled to be a part of their story from day one. Okay, I have one story before we get started on seeds. We're going to put a pack together for the family group, and then we're going to work maybe through the week or maybe next week. Sometime Kate and I... Oh, no! I had 6 stickers. Now I might only have 3. They're blown away. They are blown away by this show. All right. Still have 6. I'll put them under my seed box here. So we're going to... Did Espen get on? Wait a minute. He's still in Norway.
Okay,
He must have just joined the show in Norway. All right. So we're getting those boxes together. We're going to do it. And so a quick story, because in the title of this program, I told you that we had raccoon, snakes, and mites. Well, so a few years ago, we had the Espen effect. A few years ago, we had some mites, the little tiny red mites that get on chickens. We had those in one coop. We dusted them, and it was over. No big deal. And we must have got to it early, because this time we had mites show up in one of the coops. In the summertime, things like fleas, and well, fleas are usually a little earlier when it's moist, but the chiggers and just critters like coming out in this early summer. So we had some mites that showed up in the silky coop, the pen that we call the dog kennel pen, because it's a 10 foot by 10 foot dog kennel converted to a chicken house. And yeah, they must have been there for a while, because we dusted the chickens and they didn't go away. So we had a, this is kind of it's funny to me. It's a funny story. I do know that when you have mites, sometimes just a dusting of DE and they're gone. We did that. That didn't work. So we bought some of the it's a poison dust. I can't remember what it's.
Seven?
It's not 7. It's pyrethrin.
Pyrethrin, yeah.
Pyrethrin. Now, I don't like messing with that stuff, but sometimes just dusting that in the nest boxes and around the box on the floor will take care of the mites. Well, we did that, and it didn't work. They were still there, and they were. There's a lot of mites.
Determined mites.
They were very determined, very persistent and resistant. So, one of the tricks that people will do is that they will burn all of the bedding. And so last night, I actually burned, forgive me chickens, but I burned their nest box too, because mites hide in all the crevices of the wood. I burned the nest box, the bedding. I scraped up all the bedding on the floor into a pile. I took the whole chicken coop apart, took the security net off the top, took the plastic tarp off the top, moved the chickens to a different location, a secure location for temporary. And I built this little pile inside this the coop, and I made it wasn't a big fire. I maintained it really small. But I burned all the bedding, burned the nest box, scraped all the floor up, burned all the organic material off the floor. And before I was done, I scraped all of the sand and rocks and bedding all up onto a pile, and I just let it smolter. And so I went to I let it sit there, and we could smell the fire. It's, we didn't want to have an open fire because it's dry and it's dangerous, but a small, maintained watch. I had the garden hose out. I was spraying around it. It was very, very safe. But I let that pile smolter, so it was creating a little bit of smoke. And later that evening, I went down. This was last night. I went down to one of the stores down the road, and I could smell smoke. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's not very realistic that my tiny little fire would be creating. And you could see smoke all over the landscape. And I was just shocked that my little fire could do that. I was embarrassed that my little fire would be covering like a 3-mile radius around here. But it turns out on the news last night, we found out that there's a large fire south of us that's creating smoke from Seguin to San Antonio. So it's like a 30 or 40 mile range. I thought I did that. It wasn't me. So you smelled smoke at your house, most likely. It wasn't me.
Oh, I went outside and smelled it, and I said, there's Blake. He's tearing up the landscape.
Yeah. Fire, burn
Actually, I figured it was my neighbor. They like to burn things in their fireplace all year long.
Oh, yeah. Well, in this case, there's a fire down. I don't know if it's a compost fire or something, but down south of here, downwind or upwind. Upwind means it's coming out anyway. So there's a fire that's blowing smoke our way, and it's been going on. It was going on last night, so all the smoke that we smelled in this area was not my fault. Only a little bit of it was my fault. Only you can prevent forest fires. Yep.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, Robert. Okay, so the mites, hopefully we're going to get that coop put back together today, and all that ash will be spread out on the floor because chickens really like wood ash. And hopefully it killed the mites and gives them some bedding to roll around in to help prevent mites in the future. That's how chickens keep mites and fleas and other skin critters off of them, is by rolling around in dust. Sometimes they just use soil, but they really like wood ash piles. Some people will provide a box of diatomaceous earth for them to roll around in. Either way, that's a natural way for a chicken to keep the mites off of them. But these chickens, for whatever reason, either didn't roll enough, or the mites were just too invasive, pervasive, and other evasive words. That
Other basics.
Other evasives. And yeah, so that's the mites story. Hopefully it's under control.
Here we go.
Back
Then
again. The Espen effect. So I wonder if macaws can get mites. I imagine. I think they can get on any bird.
Mine don't go outside on the ground or anything, but I do take them outside. I wonder, aren't they? And you know what I just learned?
What's that?
Chiggers are the larval form of red mites.
Of mites? I knew that they were a larval form of something, but I didn't know what.
It said, the research I did said it's the larval form of the red mite. By the way, squirrel alert.
Oh, Liv from Norway with a NOK 50. That's 50 NOK, 50 kroners, Norwegian money. Thank you very much for being a beautiful family. Taking care of my son, by the way. Thank you for helping him learn culture and language, and thank you for supporting the Daddykirbs farm with your squirrel. Thank you very much.
Sasha says chiggers are her nemesis.
Yeah, chiggers are nasty.
They really are.
We've had quite the bout. Now, if they are the larval form of mites, and that's the same mite we have, if it is, that would explain why we've had a lot of
Chiggers and mites.
Chiggers this year. Yeah, this year has been terrible for chiggers.
Yes, it is.
We've had them all over our legs for months. You know, we have to keep our legs cleaned and oiled, and try to put the different. I use different things that have like a pepperminty smell on my legs, and that helps repel them some, keeps some of them away.
I use Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap to shower with, and and I go in and shower after I've worked outside, and I'm not having, knock on wood,
I got a lot of wood.
Really, not having problems with chiggers like I did earlier in the spring.
Nice. Yeah. Well, they
Sasha
might.
says she uses it too. She says peppermint and lavender essential oils seem to stop and control the itch.
That's good information, especially for people who don't know. And if you've never had chiggers on your legs or other places.
Yeah, the other places are real miserable.
Yeah. Then you are very fortunate.
Oh, Amaponin has just arrived.
Hey, my buddy, my Venezuelan buddy, Amaponian. Thank you for showing up. Greetings from Venezuela, he said. Well, greetings from Texas. It's good to see you here. Okay, so we are now 49 minutes in. Let's make a seed box. What I'm going to do is quickly go through all the seeds that I have in my container. These are not all the seeds that I have in my seed box inside. But some of these seeds, maybe all of them, who knows, are going to end up in the family box, the family traveling seed box, the seed carousel, seed swap box, whatever you want to call it. We're going to quickly go through what's in here, and then we're going to get a box together. And this box in the family group on Facebook, if you're not in that, you'll have to go to Daddykirbs Family Facebook group. It's a closed group. Enter the group, ask to join, answer the questions, because that's how you get in.
I don't let anybody in that hasn't answered.
Yep, me neither. Well, unless it was a personal invite from me,
Right.
then I will,
Hey,
join this group. But for the most part, we have to run that because otherwise it's hard to know, Anyway, so answer the questions, get into the group, and we're also going to be doing some YouTube-based seed boxes, but the one that we're talking about right now is in the family group. So this bag right here is coriander, cilantro seeds, and there's a lot of them, so we'll probably cut that down and give a partial pack of those. Those came from my garden, by the way. Those are Texas raised. We also have, some of this stuff was sent to me by other people, so if you sent me seeds and you see your seed here, I do appreciate what you sent to me. I'm cutting most of these packages in half so I can keep some and some can go on to others. But I just have a lot of seeds in my box. And yeah, so we have some buckwheat as well. That is definitely getting cut down because I have a lot of those. This right here, smell this.
It smells wonderful.
Yes, it smells fantastic. This is a little Christmas bag of basil seeds that came from my farm. And so these are, I believe these are the Thai basil. So again, that's going to be split into smaller packages. All right, so here's some of these packages have been opened. I've already used some, but here's some drought-proof Wando peas. Zucchini, this one's been open as well. Probably that whole thing will go because I've already used quite a few of those seeds. Some garden beans. These are purple queen bean. Golden wax beans. Anything that I haven't grown yet, most likely I'm going to open the package and take some out. Space Master cucumber. These were grown by my neighbor and given to me in this envelope, so that's those as well. White cucumbers. These were given to me by a follower online, and they're really easy to grow. They grow prolifically, and they look different, but they taste just like a cucumber. White cukes.
Oh, okay.
I will probably, again, split that in half because I like growing those, and then I'll have to save seeds from some that I'm growing right now. Some Black V heirloom tomato. I think I shared with you last week. I can't remember what the V stands for. Some zipper cream peas. And this one says summer heat loving. So I definitely will have to cut that in half and keep some of those. Some of my peri-peri peppers. These are, let's see, butternut squash. Some kohlrabi. Pink Beauty radish. Heirloom radishes. Ornamental sunflowers. Sun Samba. Early Alaska peas.
Have you planted any of those?
I have not planted any of all of these?
No, the Alaska peas.
Oh, I haven't planted early Alaska
I was
peas.
just wondering if Alaska peas would work in South Texas. Because you would think that the heat would cause some problems.
They would definitely have to be early spring, maybe even middle of winter. Who knows? Because we don't get that cold. Some crazy name turnip greens. I can't remember. Or I actually can't remember because I've never known how to pronounce that. But let's see here. Some top crop garden beans.
This is going to be a beanie box.
This is a beanie box. Beanie Babies. Oh, that's copyrighted. Can't do that.
Yeah.
I have a few of the yellow pear tomato seeds left. Some Chinese long beans. And this is part of the pine tree box that I ordered a while ago. This is pumpkin, winter luxury pumpkin. White Cinderella pumpkin. Those came from a pumpkin that we purchased and then took the seeds out of. Crimson Sweet Watermelon from Baker Creek. And I'm not going to go through all of these again. I showed these at one point. But this is mostly hot peppers from Dave from West Virginia. He has a YouTube channel, Facebook page, and he grows hot peppers. So there's a whole variety of hot peppers in there from him. And let's see, a few things left. We're almost done. We're going to cut these down to smaller packages and put them into a box so that they fit. Obviously, this would be, the shipping would be big on this. Let's see, radish, early Scarlet Globe radish. A few items left. And I think I already said, but most likely some of all of these will go in the box, or most of these. I can't promise everything will end up in there, but a lot of them will. Some lettuce seed. I grew those this year, and they were okay. It wasn't our favorite lettuce.
Stock?
In the green stock.
Okay.
It wasn't our favorite lettuce, but it was fine. Some people really like soft lettuce. We like crunchy lettuce, and this was a soft lettuce. Some carrots. And then, let's see here, we got summer squash, kale, winter squash, and snow peas. So that's the pine tree box, and that's it. And the other thing that's going in the box are the stickers. So the first 6 recipients will be able to take a sticker. Leave a few stickers. Take one and leave the rest for the next few recipients. I'm almost out of stickers, or I would put more. I'll have to get more stickers made. All right, so that's the box. Those are... Oh, wait, I have a few more. Let's just say I have a few more. I have some other beans and squash and different things like that. But we're going to get this box put together and hopefully sent out this week. So that's the family box. Okay, so in the family group, I'm not sure exactly how we're managing. I know that Kate is helping to manage a list of names and addresses for that box as it rotates. And I guess at some point we'll determine that the last person will send it back to me, and because what I would also like to do in the family group is that people add little notes. Maybe we'll just require that they add a 3x5. Maybe we'll ship it with a stack of 3x5 cards, and they can write their own little story on the card.
Or a small notebook.
Or a notebook. That might be even better. That's probably better.
Fall out,
yeah, a notebook. We'll ship the box with a small notebook so that everybody can share a little bit of story. You know, not a whole book of a story, but just a little, like a single page of who they are, what they added, what they took, things like that. So it's going to develop on its own. It's going to take a life of its own. I can't really say how this is all going to work. All I know is that I'm going to put a box together and hand it to Kate.
I'll put another box together.
Well, this box is going to go from me to Kate. She's going to do what she needs to do with the box and then send it on in the family.
Okay.
All right. So that's that.
There's I have the Steam It one ready to go already.
Oh yeah, the Steam It box came to me from Wholesome Roots on Steam It, and then came to me, go to Kate, and then to Robert next.
Yeah.
So.
And it would have gone out this week, but my cat decided to play with it. So I got to find little bags of seeds all over the house.
Nice. And the finale of this show. Oh, you can't hardly see it. There's the cornhole right out there. It's kind of hard to see, but we're going to throw it. We're going to throw these bean bags. Last thing of the show. Oh, okay, there it is. Now you can see it.
Had to wait for the lighting to change.
All right, we have 8 bean bags, 8 shots. We're going to see. Put that up here. Let me see if I can throw with my right hand over my left shoulder. Oh, that was bad. That barely made it off the porch.
You're going that way with it. You need to try and there you go. Almost hit it that time.
Okay, now I know. Ah,
You're going back the other way again.
let me adjust my body.
Almost hit it again.
Okay, I got 2 bags left. I got to get one on the board.
Nope, that was
Not far
close.
enough, right?
Right. Nope, that was way off.
All right, better luck next week.
Beep.
Bong. Where's the gong? Bong. Better luck next week with the cornhole. Let me adjust the lighting here so you can see us. Thank you so much for sharing this 1 hour and 1 minute and 42 seconds with us this morning. It has been a real pleasure sharing my story with you. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your story, and Kate's as well.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all take care. And Father's Day to all you dads out there.
Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.